It's time to swoop with the Ospreys. 1 hour with the University of North Florida. An Action Sports Jax 24/7 network special presentation. It's Talon Talk.
Number 3 is we're flying solo. Brent Martineau making that trek over to London for the Jaguars game. And we run it back to our first guest ever, the trivia question. Men's basketball head coach Bobby Kennen. Bobby, good to see you.
Good to see you. So am I the answer to the second trivia question? Well, I guess Nick's a repeat guest.
Yeah, Nick is the other trivia.
Yeah, well, he's the repeat guest, so I guess I'm not the first repeat guest.
Yeah, you can be. I mean, an off chance you're a trivia question the second go around.
Okay.
How have you been in the last 2 weeks?
Great. It's been absolutely fantastic, extremely busy. You know, it's funny as you lead into the season, like you think you have a lot of time and you're trying to get everything in, and then all of a sudden you realize, wow, you know, it's flying by. It's definitely flying by.
Walk me through a day. Very different from associate head coach to now head coach. From waking up to bedtime, what is your day? Give me a general rundown.
Okay, well, I'll give you today. I was in at 5:45 this morning. I got a little bit of a workout in. We practiced at 7, from 7 to about 8:15. However, I teach class on Tuesday morning, so I actually taught class from 8 to 9. Got done, went for a run, got in the shower, planned practice for today. You know, kind of met as a staff, and then we're getting ready to practice again here at 3 o'clock. And when I get done tonight, you know, a couple recruiting calls on the way home, couple when I'm at home, watch film from practice today, and be ready to go for the morning.
I know with you, you're a big runner, working out is key. As a head coach, how vital is self-care?
It's everything. I mean, some of the best advice I got is you can't take care of other people if you're not taking care of yourself. And that was the biggest adjustment I had in the summer is I went about 8 weeks where I didn't have a routine. I wasn't able to fit it in. And now, you know, I've kind of made that my routine. And instead of, you know, trying to create time during the day, I just kind of start the front end with it and just start even earlier. I feel like I'm kind of stealing a little bit of time on the front end.
Because I feel like a lot of people, if they don't know you from UNF basketball, it's from running around Tinseltown, running down Touchton at some point over the last 10 years.
So somewhere, that's for sure. I mean, it's funny. I used to pass Mia all the time, you know, particularly during COVID. I think she kind of moved over to the neighborhood, but it gives you a little bit of balance, and more importantly, it gives you time to think. I think it just clears my head and lets me think about things that are important.
So film study right now, is it watching more practice? Do you go back and watch any of last year's games?
Definitely watch a lot of our practice every day, you know, because there's so much teaching. We have so many new guys. We're just trying to build habits right now, and I think one of the best ways to do that is through the repetition of film. Like, I have 3 guys that I watch film with on a daily basis. You know, to begin before practice starts today, you know, I have one at 2:30 and one at 3 today. They'll come in and watch film with me for just 10 minutes or so. But right now it's a lot of that. Now I'm starting to kind of download our opponents for next year, you know, to kind of start watching them as we get prepared to start here in a couple weeks.
So those 3 people coming in, those are student athletes?
Yeah, they're our student athletes. I mean, I watch film with KJ, Mason Watkins, and Taylor Thompson. Those are my 3 guys. And the staff does the same. We each have guys that we watch film with.
Fascinating. At what point, it's your first year at the helm, are you designating scouts? Because I know that's very vital in getting ready for a team. Do you say, hey, Coach Perkins, you have X, Y, and Z, and Bruce Evans, you have the following?
Yes, we've definitely done that. We've split our scouts up among our staff between Coach Evans, Coach Perkins, Coach Marlin, Coach Ackerman, and Coach Hendrickson is going to have a couple scouts as well. So we're kind of spreading that out. You know, I have an outstanding staff. You know, one of the things that, you know, we talked through the weekend after practice on Saturday, we met, and I'm like, okay, come back Monday with any ideas, things we're doing well, things we need to do better, things I haven't thought about, you know, things we need to get in. You know, we had a great meeting, you know, yesterday to kind of start the week, and I have a lot of experience, and not only that, I have a lot of enthusiasm. I mean, I keep saying, it's funny, I said something to Card the other day during practice on Saturday. I got to quit saying that Coach Ackerman is going to be good because he's really good. You know, I think I said the same thing to Coach Ackerman. I said I have to quit saying that Carter's going to be really good because he is. You know, we have a great staff, and I'm definitely leaning on those guys throughout the year.
Coach Ackerman, he was at Wichita State for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He's been a GA there for the last 2 years, but he He was with us as our as our lead student assistant, kind of the head of the Wolf Pack for a couple years here, and just really did an outstanding job. And he's great. Like, one of the things that I think he's outstanding at is he doesn't just say, "Hey, coach, I think this is a problem," or "I think we need to do it better." He follows up with, like, I had all this video to kind of support his thoughts, which is great. I mean, that's what you want. I mean, in life, you want people that have the ability to solve problems rather than just point them out. And I think he's really outstanding in that area.
Fascinating. I know a few days ago you saw the news of Dallas Moore signing another professional contract. I know you, Coach Perkins especially, really keeps up with the former guys. Yeah. Is that something where you reach out to Dallas and say, "Hey, man, congrats"?
Absolutely. You know, Dallas is still playing. Bo's still playing. We're hoping that Jalen Nesbitt gets another contract right now. It's funny. I talked with him a few days ago, and he's kind of at that stage in life where he's kind of deciding what's next. And the thing about being a player, being a professional athlete, is a lot of time the game tells you when your time's up. And Jalen's kind of at that crossroads right now, and he's actually thinking about coming down here shortly and just kind of observing and thinking if he wants to get into coaching and thinking it's something that's going to be good for him. So I'm kind of excited to get him down here shortly.
What an X factor he was during that tournament season. He was so clutch, especially getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, he's just outstanding, and it's one of my favorite memories as a coach. I mean, when his senior year, we were going to play in Cancun, and I believe you were with us on that trip. And I just remember I had the opportunity to go see my daughter play for a weekend, watch her go play volleyball, and Jalen's passport had been mailed to his house. So I was up in South Carolina watching Reagan. I swung by Spartanburg, and I picked up Jalen's passport from his mom. And I remember coming back to campus and handing him his passport, and he had this big old smile on his face and tears in his eyes. He was just like, I never thought I'd ever go overseas. I never thought I'd need a passport. And fast forward 10 years, he's been a 10-year professional, played all over the world, and he's created a great life for himself. That's our purpose. That's our purpose at the end of the day.
Wow, that's really special. No, I remember that Cancun trip because you were my roommate.
we definitely were. You know, just a great time. And it's funny. I just remember actually talking about our professional aspirations, what both of us wanted to do, and here you are. You're living your dream, and I certainly am as well.
Yeah, and my son for the first time watching me do radio or TV, so kind of cool.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's crazy. Saturday during practice, I caught a moment where Coach Bird, our strength and conditioning coach, brought his son to practice, and we were kind of warming up, and I look over and his son's on the mats. He's on the foam roller. You know, he's probably 2 years old, and I kind of told our manager, "Hey, like, take a picture of that," you know, because those are things when we do this and when we're busy professionals, you know, it seems like a lot of times we take a lot of times from our family, but also we create memories and we create moments that no one else gets, and they're definitely happy moments.
Oh, for sure. All those times of youngsters going on trips with us or being at practice, which we want to mention again, fall practice, anybody can show up and watch.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we practice at 3:15 in the afternoon, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're off on Thursdays right now. We also practice Friday at 3. Saturday we're gonna practice at 11 o'clock, and we're actually gonna have an inter-squad scrimmage. We're gonna bring referees in on Saturday. It'd be a great time for anybody to kind of come out and watch us. We should start around, scrimmage around 12 or 12:15, and kind of go as long as we can, depending on our depth. But be a great opportunity to kind of see our guys for the first time if you're not busy on Saturday.
Oh, that's very fun. This Saturday, UNF Arena. You mentioned something. Are you going to let the guys draft their own teams?
No, I think I'm going to let the coaches draft.
Okay.
I think I'm going to let the coaches pick their own teams and kind of see what it is right there, kind of see where we're at.
Is that something, will you coach it or do you watch from a distance?
Yeah, I'll definitely be involved. I'll be on the floor and I'll kind of go back and forth and coach both teams as we go. But they'll each be on a bench and we'll practice timeouts. We'll practice all those things. We'll kind of treat it like a regular game. But I'll walk up and down the sideline and kind of coach them as we kind of go through the game.
We had Cam on the show last week, Talon Talk episode 2. He talked about how neat it is every week y'all, during the off season, go to your house, have these team meals. What is that like for you as a coach?
It's been something that I've dreamed about. It's funny. I wound up buying a house during COVID, and I kind of walked into the place, and it's funny, at the time I thought I was going to get myself a 1-bedroom condo on the beach. And then I walked into my current home, and I was like, man, this is a great place to have a team. And now, they have the opportunity to have that and to have them there and kind of give them a home away from home, so to speak. I mean, we've tried to, obviously accelerate our growth together as a team, and every opportunity like that is a chance to do that, and one that we've definitely benefited from.
So it sounds to me like you've had a number of kind of pinch me moments as a head coach.
Well, absolutely. I mean, there's nothing that I'll ever take for granted. There's nothing that I won't ever appreciate about this moment and this opportunity. It's just, I mean, it's something that I've always, dreamed of and more importantly, worked for. It's funny. I had somebody tell me at one point, hey, you've waited for this for a long time. And I kind of corrected them a little bit. I said, I haven't really waited for anything. I've worked for it. I've had incredible mentors, Coach Driscoll, Coach Lang, the Coach Durham, the Smithson family, Willie Gibson, who gave me my first job. And I mean, I've had incredible people who've poured into me, and I've worked with fantastic coaches, and it's all prepared me for this moment, this opportunity that I'm experiencing right now.
I always remember, no matter what it seemed like you were coming from, going on a recruiting trip. Is that still kind of the case now that you're the head coach, or are you giving that to other assistants?
No, it definitely is. We're off on Thursdays right now. So last week was actually the first Thursday that I didn't travel, but kind of have been traveling on Wednesday nights and recruiting a little bit on Thursdays, and kind of coming back late Thursday night, getting ready for Friday. Because our rhythm right now is we're kind of off on Thursdays and Sundays. It's difficult to recruit on Sundays right now, but I've definitely been taking advantage of those Thursdays.
Oh, very cool. Anybody standing out on the recruiting trail?
Well,
you like some guys?
Yeah, we have 3 commitments right now in our upcoming class, and we're really excited about all 3 of them. We're still waiting on a 4th right now, so hopefully any day we'll move the needle, and then kind of just figuring out what's next for us and who's next. But the more important thing is, like anything else, we need to continue to build relationships with those who are committed to us right now. Signing's coming up in November.
What we see every year, there's that one surprise player that maybe as a coaching staff that y'all could see it. Chaz a few years back. There are these guys that pop up. Is there anybody in this roster? It's still very early, but you're going, and he might be a superstar.
I actually think we have several of them. I think one of the great qualities about our team right now is we have a lot of depth. And it's funny, like we even say as a staff, like, hey, he's going to have a 20-point game this year. He's going to have a 20-point game. He's going to have a 20-point game. And I think that's true with a lot of them. I think our freshman class is outstanding, and those guys have all done really, really well so far. But we have a lot of depth, and I think one of the things that's really been a pleasant surprise for us is, Dalton Gaiman coming in here as a grad transfer, a little bit undersized when he gets here. He's about 6'5" or so, but he's extremely physical. And one thing that he's done is he set the tone every single day in practice, and he's been really consistent. So it's been a great benefit for us.
Very cool. I have here in my notes, exhibition against Warner. That's open to the public?
It is. I think that's where we're going to kind of do you can come pick up your season tickets. You can watch a game as well. It's going to be a regular game. It's going to be a full game. I think we're going to have an extended halftime, so we have the opportunity to speak about our women's team and kind of introduce them to our fans for the season, ahead of their season as well. So, it's something that's different for us. We've typically played 2 close scrimmages. We're going to have 1 close scrimmage against another team, and we're going to have an exhibition game. I felt like it was best with so many new guys and 6 freshmen to put on a uniform in front of our fans before we went and did it at the University of Florida.
That's very cool. As well, we've got it going on sale tomorrow, season tickets for both men's and women's basketball, Wednesday, October 15th. But what about starting lineup? Are we still ways away from kind of setting that in stone? Do you wait a few more weeks?
Yeah, I think we are. I think we are a little bit. Again, we've had incredible competition every single day at multiple spots. And that's one of the things in our meeting on Monday. I kind of assigned guys over the weekend. I said, hey, think about it. Like, give me who you think your starters are going to be. Each person get their starters, even kind of rank our guys, kind of 1 through 14, where you think they are, and kind of have a depth chart. And it's funny. It's like there's not a great deal of consensus at a lot of spots. And I just think it speaks to our depth, and I think it speaks to our competitiveness as a group.
I've had this question a lot from fans. What is Coach Kennen's defensive philosophy?
I think we've been a little bit more into the ball. We've pressured the ball a little bit more than maybe in the past. We're still in the gaps, but I think our thing on ball screens, we're not trying to switch as much as we've kind of done in the past. We're trying to kind of make it a little bit more difficult on the ball handler. We're kind of fighting over the top and spying that ball a little bit, but really kind of sinking in. I think the two things that are going to determine our success this year defensively are going to be our ball screen coverage and, more importantly, our defensive rebounding. We have to be able to complete possessions, and those are things that are important to us. We actually started to kind of put in a zone here over the last couple of days. We started implementing it Saturday just to kind of make sure we have a change up. I mean, you have to have a fastball, you have to have a curveball, and have to be a little bit different. And that's been good for us in the past, and I think it will be again.
Switching topics, we had Cam on last week. Smoothie, do you have a go-to? What is your preference?
I'm trying to cut calories right now. I mean, I'm absolutely trying to cut calories right now. So I'm kind of passing those. But I had an opportunity to spend time with our Smoothie King partners at the Blue Gray Bash on Friday night, and certainly very grateful for all they're doing. I mean, it's fantastic. We lift on Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning at 7, and we lift. And as soon as we're done lifting, the guys get a protein shake and a smoothie, and it's a great way to start their day.
I remember those road trips. After a while, you're going, I can't eat anymore.
Oh no, it's definitely been difficult. I want to wear suits on the sideline this year, and I got to be able to get in them. So that's my big charge between now and the beginning of November.
Every time I walk into the offices, you'll have tons of basketball books, sports books. Are you reading anything right now, or?
I'm actually reading Bill Belichick's book right now. Kind of trying to work my way through that. Been a little bit more, kind of more difficult right now at this time for me, but I'm trying to get to a few pages every day.
What about team bonding? We've seen teams karaoke. We'll talk about women's basketball. They went up to Charleston for a little bit. Has there been like a movie night or going out to play paintball?
Well, one of the things that I think is a great addition to our program is Jermaine Sparks was a senior on our very first team, and we've brought him on as our character coach. So he is kind of a separate voice other than our coaching staff, kind of a safe place for those guys, someone who's actually been in their shoes. And I know they had a great meal together the other night, and they're kind of spending time together. We do that at every opportunity as well. We've tried to have meals together. We've done those throughout the semester. Every recruiting visit, we've kind of had meals with the entire team too. But one of the things that I think is really special is, Nestor shared at Fellowship of Christian Athletes the other night, and it was great to, I'm out there with our staff and our whole team is there except for someone who was in class. And I mean, it's great. This team is really, really close, and I think it's going to reflect on the court.
Nestor, that's a nice young man. He was one of the first to be like, hey, welcome, sir. Good to see you.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's definitely, he's mature, and his story is incredible. I mean, he left Russia at 17 years old, comes to high school over here, winds up at a junior college in Texas, winds up at a junior college in Wyoming, winds up at Southern Utah, and he's found a home here. I mean, this is the first time he's been in the same place for a couple years. And I kind of challenged our team. I mean, think about his journey and think about his path and think about how much adversity that he's had to deal with. And would you be willing to do the same? And it's just great. He earned his undergrad degree this summer, and he's working on his master's right now. And I'm really excited to see what he does on and off the court.
What is he, 6'10", 6'11"?
Probably closer to 6'10" than 6'11", but he's giving us a presence inside, and like a lot of our players, has the ability to stretch the floor as well. But he's done a great job. He's done a really great job of leading our team along with Cam.
Opportunities to see the men's basketball team coming up. Exhibition against Warner. That's open to the public Wednesday, the 29th. Remember, tickets go on sale tomorrow, Wednesday, October 15th, for both men's and women's basketball. And then the scrimmage this Saturday. When can people get in the door?
Yeah, just come on. I mean, we'll be practicing. We'll start at 11:30. Just come on in. It's a volleyball weekend, so Coach Wright and her team have a big weekend ahead of them with Eastern Kentucky and Bellarmine coming in on Friday and Saturday. So the bleachers will be pulled out. Everything will be set up, and come in and watch us play around noon. We'll probably start around noon or 12:15 or so.
And people can watch practice Wednesday or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Come on out. Come on out. I mean, I think it's one of the great things that we have here is we have access. There's no secrets, and we appreciate all those that support us, and we'd like to have them around as much as they can.
Thank you, Coach. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
There he is, Bobby Kennen, head coach for the men's basketball team. Check them out. Practice is open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3:15, and then Saturday is a scrimmage. Come see them at 11:30 a.m. UNF Arena. Richard Miller here. We'll take a break and be joined by the head coach for the women's basketball team. Erika Lambert is on deck. We'll take a break and return. You're watching and listening to Talon Talk.
Hi, I'm Joel Donovan. My brother Kyle and I, we are co-owners and operators here at Donovan Heat and Air and Electric. And my dad started the business in 1987 to provide the greater Jacksonville area with a great customer service experience. 3 decades later, we're still doing the same thing. I love the Jacksonville area. I love the community. I love raising my family here. That's my name on the side of the building, and it's really important for our family to run this company the way it should be ran. It's something to be proud of.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. There are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
We're CSI companies. We partner with organizations nationwide to help employers like you find your dream team. You're looking to hire the best of the best, and we've got you covered, start to finish. Whether you're hiring for projects or everyday operations, we provide the talent, strategic solutions, and innovative technologies that keep your business ahead of the competition. This is your workforce reimagined. This is CSI Companies.
Baker Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
It's time to swoop with the Ospreys. 1 hour with the University of North Florida. An Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network special presentation. It's Talon Talk.
Richard Miller here filling in for Brent Martineau as he is over in London getting ready for the Jaguars game. And big news coming out yesterday. Nick Morrow, the director of athletics, promotion for him yesterday, the extension, and now vice president of intercollegiate athletics. Congrats to Nick. That extension goes through 2030-31. Crazy to even think that those are numbers nowadays, but congrats to Nick. We're all getting much older. Hopefully that means job security for both myself and Erika Lambert, head coach of the women's basketball team. Great to see you. Did you have a nice summer?
I had a great summer. I feel like I haven't seen you Wow, the fact that we're talking means about to be that time.
We are very, very close. Well, usually it's been I'm outside so much. It's soccer, a little bit of volleyball, but baseball and softball. So it's been fun.
Yeah. We we had our team on campus together for 6.5 weeks. We did lots of team bonding, and of course got our fundamental base together on the court. We hosted camps. And I think for me, a big focus in the summer with every team is strength and conditioning. So we build toughness in that way, and just had a really good summer together with 11 new people.
Wow, that's a lot of newcomers. 5 freshmen, 6 transfers. You mentioned the camps. What are those like? Because you get to see your players in a different look.
Yeah, right out of the gate, we hosted kids camp. So our team moved in on Saturday and Sunday to the apartments, and then we started coaching the youth of our community Monday morning. So it is fun, and I think it challenges you to be a better player because you have to articulate the skills. So I really couldn't ask for a better way to start our summer together, and you do get to see the kids' personalities come out. We've got a lot of personality on this team. I think that's one of my favorite things about this group.
Well, I've noticed that on social media too. You can see with the brief snippets and bios and everything, the fun facts. You've got 2 daughters. Are they around with the camps and helping out?
Absolutely. I actually have one who has aged out of kids camp, which is kind of wild. So she was working it as well, but my youngest did participate.
Are they still at the age where they think mom is cool?
They do still think mom is cool. They definitely think my job is cool. They like hanging out with all their big sisters. Well, when they were little, it was like their big sisters. Now they think they're friends with the college girls. So it's a great atmosphere. Yesterday, with it being a holiday, our office kind of turned into Kid Central. So my daughters were there, and now they're the ones who come to watch Coach Chris Dixon's kids who are out of school and daycare. So my kids are the babysitters, and of course our players just love having all the kids around.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, give me some updates from fall practice. How's it going? What have you seen?
We're really in a big install period right now. So we went really hard for a lot of weeks, and now it's a little more technical in practice, trying to put in our different defensive systems and a lot of new plays on offense. And with 11 new people, that can be a challenge, but trying to get the playbook together. And I think this is where we start to see some separation between players. We've got a lot of depth on this team, which is exciting. I think, right now, if you ask me right now who the starting lineup is, I really don't know. I'm not sure, which is a good problem to have. So we have lots of options on our bench, but so far fall practice has been really good. I'm impressed with. I have really high expectations for our junior class. We brought in 4 juniors, 1 from the Division II level in Charisma Pierre, 1 from the junior college level in Georgie Buzetti, and then 2 Division I transfers, Ellie Blatchford from Gardner-Webb and Alanya Walden from Samford. And they know that I expect a lot of them. I think they're going to be a big part of our team's success this year. Our 3 returners are all sophomores, and then we have 5 freshmen. So we're a pretty young group. We have 2 seniors who are also Division I transfers, 1 from Minnesota in Jordan Brooks and 1 from Kennesaw State in Claire Davis. So this group has, I think if we can really get it together, it bodes well for the future because we could have another really good team next year. But as far as, how this group has been going, I love to see them compete every day in practice. I think our freshmen have been fearless, which helps us move forward together as a group.
A Minnesota transfer, that's a big get because y'all played up at Minnesota last season.
We did play at Minnesota, and so when Jordan came up in the portal, she's in her 5th year, so she didn't. She's choosing to play basketball for her last year of eligibility. She's already graduated, and we needed a big. And so I think the fact that in the portal, you never exactly know what you're getting, so you're looking for some kind of connection. And for us, it was like, well, we did just play against her last year, and Coach Diva, my assistant, played at Minnesota. And so they kind of bonded over that pretty quickly. And I just know the style of play because we had to guard it, so I knew she would be a fit for us.
Do you remember her stat line?
I do not.
Okay. I just wasn't sure. Also a new addition, you've got Coach Stacy now on staff. Is she somebody you worked with during the offseason to put together the new playbook?
Coach Stacy's really on the defensive side of the ball, so she does a great job of always countering me. She knows I'm very offensive-minded, so she's going to keep us right on the defensive end. And she and I go back about, 12 years now, 12 years. So kind of a long story, but I was living in Columbus, Ohio. My husband is a pediatric dentist, so he was at the Ohio State for his fellowship at the time, and I was staying at home with our kids, but I couldn't stay away from basketball. So I just asked around and was checking to see if anybody needed help, and Coach Stacy responded. She was at Ohio Wesleyan, where she was the head coach at the Division III level for the last 14 years. And so I just got to volunteer for her team that year. I did scouting reports from home and brought my kids to practice and just got to be a part of her staff. And we built a really good relationship. Her husband, Dan, was an assistant coach for her at Ohio Wesleyan, and we just kept in touch over the years. So when I had a spot to fill, I knew exactly who I wanted. I didn't know if it would be crazy to ask her to leave her head coaching post in Ohio, where she's been forever, and come to Florida, but I was surprised. She said yes.
What is that like? You're making a phone call, trying to pump yourself up. I'm sure your husband saying, no, you've got this, you've got this. Is that one of the more challenging aspects of reaching out and saying, I would like you?
Yeah, I think for me, I had it in the back of my mind. She took her team to the Division III Sweet 16 this year, last season. And so really, I genuinely was calling her to congratulate her on a great season. And I thought, we'll see how this conversation goes and if I can get there. And so, interestingly enough, when we spoke, she had just interviewed for a Division I job. And so I was like, wait a minute, you need this one.
When you're on the phone, how do you sell North Florida? Give me the pitch.
Well, for her, it was easy because she played at Florida Southern. But for prospects and coaches alike, it's the same story. We really have we're selling opportunity here. And I think if you're someone who, like me, wants to come in and make your mark on a program and have an opportunity to make a big impact and set records and do things that have never been done before, we have that opportunity as a basketball program. And we feel like if we can just get recruits on campus, we know that they're going to fall in love with this place, not just because it's by the beach, but because the energy here is great. The family atmosphere that every program talks about is so real at UNF, and you can just feel it when you come to campus. So we just got to get them here.
The three returners, I feel like everybody knows them. One of the bigger ones, Alexa, comes back from injury. That's a big-time returner. She had a great freshman year.
Yeah, I mean, she was on the all-freshman team in the ASUN and then unexpectedly went down in pickup before the school year even started last year. She really did an unbelievable job attacking her recovery. She's really the best I've ever seen at coming back from an ACL. She's so strong. She's a really mentally tough kid, and so it's been fun to have her out there. I forgot, we scrimmaged this last weekend, and so I was reminded of what it's like to have Lex on the floor. She's such a high IQ basketball player, and so really fun to coach.
What was that like? Can you tell us more about the scrimmage and everything?
Yeah, I guess the rules are changing a little bit. I think I can say a little bit, but it was a really good test for us. Going into the scrimmage, I was thinking about this as we were driving up there. I realized 7 of our 14 kids have not participated in a Division I basketball game because we have the 5 freshmen, but then we also have a JUCO and Division II transfer. So only half the people knew what they were getting into going into the scrimmage. So it was really, I think once we got some of the jitters out at the beginning and got into the flow of things, it was really successful for us. The player that I think had the best day and kind of surprised us a little bit was Alanya Walden playing the point guard. She's we call her Dub. She's our transfer from Samford, but she played with a ton of confidence and really rallied our team and led us. She hit some big shots down the stretch and just had a great day.
Now, we can say it was a team trip to Charleston, South Carolina, which a city that you're very familiar with.
Yeah, that was so special for me because Charleston is, we feel like Charleston is home for our family. I played at the College of Charleston, coached at both CFC and Charleston Southern, got married there. My kids were born there. My in-laws live there, and so they hosted us for a meal, and we got to do some fun things as a team. It was not the best weather, but my players were really good sports in the rain. We did a scavenger hunt downtown, which was a full circle moment for me because I did the same thing when I was a freshman at the college back in 2004.
I didn't ask you the year. Okay. I didn't ask.
It's all right.
Okay.
They had a lot of fun, so we put some ponchos on and made it a great time.
So scavenger hunt, what do you do? Are there teams? Is it individual?
Oh, yeah. We compete in everything. So I put them into a few groups, and they had to find some different locations downtown and kind of make the most creative photos and videos. So we got a good laugh out of that.
Oh, I like that. I'm also reading horse carriage ride. Was there more than one horse carriage?
There were 2 carriages.
Okay.
Yep. So we took the carriage tour, which is kind of the quintessential downtown Charleston thing, and I think the girls really enjoyed that. I gave them an activity in the vans on the drive up there. They had to work with the people in their vehicle to come up with a skit, and so they performed those skits Saturday night at my in-laws' house. They were doing impressions of the coaching staff. I'm not sure we can show that video, but it's very entertaining.
Maybe
that was a little bit of a risk, right? Like I'm asking them to impersonate me, but as well as our assistant coaches and our strength coach and Irvin Lewis, and so everybody got a little bit of a part in this skit.
Wow. Which student athlete had the best impression of you?
So the player who starred as me was Claire Davis. We call her Slim. She is the biggest personality on our team, so that only made sense. She did a great job.
I love it. Season tickets for both men's and women's basketball, they go on sale tomorrow, Wednesday, October 15th. We talked to Coach Kennen. Is practice open for the women if people want to come by?
Yeah, we love to welcome people to practice, and it never really bothers me if people are coming in, and we love having visitors. We practice at noon, so it's sort of a hard time, but occasionally, we love to have high school teams and coaches and fans stop by. So yeah, everybody's welcome.
We mentioned Alexa Washington, but I feel like another big returner is Stinson. You've got a phenomenal three-point shooter, crazy first year with the Ospreys. How nice is it to have her back?
Jameson Stinson is one of my favorite kids I've ever coached because she loves the game. She's really coachable. It's been so fun. One of the best parts about coaching is to see freshmen become sophomores. And that's been true of both her and Nikki Carino. But Jameson specifically, I think everybody knows she's a three-point shooter. And so last year, as the year went on and she got more minutes and some opportunities to start some games, she really had to figure out how to counter the defense. If they were going to smother her, what else could she do? And so she's really expanded her ability to post up and score in the paint. Her big sister is a post player at St. Joe's, and so I'll always joke with her like, "Oh, you look like Faith today," or whatever. So she's doing a good job of just reading screens better, and I think attacking the basket, rebounding. She's a smart defender. She was not the most athletic kid on our team last year, but she finished in top 10 in the conference in steals because she's a really high IQ defender. She's really long. So yeah, you'll see a lot of Jay this year.
Yeah, I felt like there were a ton at midcourt steal bucket from her.
Yeah, she loves that.
What about with Nikki? Because one of the first few things when I think of her, I think of how supportive her parents are. Feel like they're at every home game. As you've seen supportive parents and productive play, do those go hand in hand?
I think so. I mean, with the landscape of college athletics and just transfer happening left and right, it's still it really helps your program if your parents are bought into it too. And so we really try to treat this thing like we're not just a family, the people that are here every day, it's an extended family. And so, and I'm a mom too, so I like to incorporate the parents as much as we can. But Nikki's parents, Millie and Jose, they are like salt of the earth kind of people. Just, I think any chance you get to meet Nikki's parents at a game, it would be worth the conversation for sure.
What is it like now until tip-off in a few more weeks? Are you just staying in the arena, practice nonstop? What is your day like? Like we asked Coach Bobby.
I work late most nights because this is just big time preparation season. And what I have loved about that is when I'm leaving my office late, I pretty much always see women's basketball players in the gym shooting. So that's kind of new for us. I think, we've had a lot more buy-in in terms of just getting in the gym and getting shots up on your own. That's like an everyday kind of thing, which usually when I hear the ball bouncing in the past couple years, it's been men's basketball players. So now it's really nice that we are hogging half the gym every night as well. We scrimmage again this weekend, so that'll be another good test for us. And then, we're ready for the real thing. I'm doing something that Coach Driscoll used to do, where the last weekend before we start playing games, I've given the kids the weekend off just so they can have a chance to rest and recharge and go see their families, and then we're off to the races.
Wow, it's going to be here before you know it. Erika Lambert, head coach for the women's basketball team. Thank you so much, and I know we'll have you back again real soon.
Sounds great. Thanks, Richard.
All right, there she goes, Erika Lambert. We'll take a timeout. We've got some student athletes on deck. We're going to hear from Jaxon Reinhardt. He's a redshirt senior forward, one of the best players right now in the Atlantic Sun. He'll join us, and then we'll talk some women's swimming as junior Kayla Daley will join us as well in studio. Episode number 3 of Talon Talk. We'll take a break and be right back.
Hi, I'm Joel Donovan. My brother Kyle and I, we are co-owners and operators here at Donovan Heat and Air Electric, and my dad started the business in 1987 to provide the greater Jacksonville area with a great customer service experience. 3 decades later, we're still doing the same thing. I love the Jacksonville area, I love the community, I love raising my family here. That's my name on the side of the building, and it's really important for our family to run this company the way it should be ran and something to be proud of.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick GMC. We are professional grade.
We're CSI companies. We partner with organizations nationwide to help employers like you find your dream team. You're looking to hire the best of the best, and we've got you covered, start to finish. Whether you're hiring for projects or everyday operations, we provide the talent, strategic solutions, and innovative technologies that keep your business ahead of the competition. This is your workforce reimagined. This is CSI Companies.
We've been telling you about the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network for over a year now. How to find it, what to see. Simply put, it's TV online. Local sports content all day, every day, just like this.
Did you always want to make history? Like, think that big, or just say, hey, I want to play in the NFL?
I always say I wanted to play in the NFL.
Cuts it back to her left side, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
Oh, what a pass.
Oh, my goodness.
What a pass.
And they have been. We've been talking, we've been articulating.
I did have a sense that they wanted to be bold, that they wanted to make a splash.
It's content you won't find on TV. Find it on actionsportsjax.com and just sit back and watch local sports all day on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
It's time to swoop with the Ospreys. 1 hour with the University of North Florida. An Action Sports Jax 24/7 network special presentation. It's Talon Talk.
Our first student athlete on the program here today for episode 3, and we bring in one of the best right now on campus and maybe even the Atlantic Sun. He's Jaxon Reinhardt, a forward for North Florida, a team that right now men's soccer keeps winning and winning. 9 straight wins. Jaxon, thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
Does it feel like 9 straight wins?
The season's so busy that it just flies by, but it definitely feels good to win some games.
I mean, crazy what y'all have done. Yesterday, weekly honors, Rafa Rios, ASUN Defensive Player of the Week, Luciano Natoli, ASUN Goalkeeper of the Week. He might be the biggest piece of this team's success.
Yeah, Lucci, he's been so big for us back there, and it's always nice as a striker to know that your teammates have your back, and I can go try and do my thing, and they're not going to let a goal in behind me.
It's wild. He already has 7 shutouts. That's already a single-season record.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what he's been able to accomplish from last year to this year, and hopefully we can continue that success.
All right, so you've got, I mean, this season you've been so much fun. I'm going to fanboy here for a little bit, but a dangerous goal scorer, hot team right now. 6 goals, very impressive, but I feel like you've picked it up even more so. You've got a goal in each of the ASUN games.
Yeah, we know going into ASUN that these games are going to be the hardest, physically, mentally, and in the whole season comes down to what you can do in conference. So it's important just to focus game by game and get the best out of everybody on the team.
What was it like? Because you get the win over Stetson, 3-0. They play a man down for about 60 minutes or so. For me, I thought in talking to Coach Davies, it was so important of you guys keeping cool heads in that matchup against the Hatters.
Yeah, like I said, conference is so physical. It's important that we keep 11 people on the field. As you saw in that game, how important it is to have everybody and everybody playing well and at their best.
Well, Anton Khalil, I mean, he got spun around by the nape of the neck and still, I mean, just calm and normal.
Yeah, what a good player Anton is, and it's cool that he's able to get off the mark, and hopefully that starts something special for the rest of the year.
Walk me through the goal. You had a header in the game against Stetson. Usually you've got faster goals than that, a little more pace on the ball. Walk me through because a well-placed header.
Yeah, I just live in the box, live in the places where I'm going to score a goal, and I was able to have really good teammates around me, Mark Romano, Jalen Yearwood, who are able to serve the ball in, and I was able to get on the end of it.
I believe 11 career goals. What's your favorite goal this season?
This season it's going to have to be Wisconsin. First game of the year away at a big-time school, and to be able to capitalize on a special moment for the team and get the season off to a good start, it was special.
That was interesting because this morning I was watching the senior day sound bites, and everybody said biggest thing, of course, winning Atlantic Sun last year. But what's the second best memory over the last year or two that you've had with this team?
The last true away trip we had in the Carolinas, going and playing Coastal Carolina and then traveling over to the University of South Carolina, was super special for me and a lot of the guys. It's not easy going on the road, and especially at 2 environments like that we faced. And it was just the camaraderie between the group really came together, and we were able to get 6 points on the road and carry that into conference is what you're seeing now.
Well, that was wild. You win at South Carolina, and I forget at what point, but you can see it on the highlights on UNFOspreys.com. But the fans started to just stream out of the stadium. As a player, do you start to feel and notice and look around and go, oh, we got this team?
No, you never know with soccer. The game can change in an instant in one play, so it's important that we just get the job done and celebrate at the end of the game rather than the middle.
Coach Davies and his staff, they always talk about this group of forwards. It is impressive. Not just you're coming off the bench. Luke Granitor, Geraldo Neto, David Perez, Mark Romano, and Ricardo Ferreira. Is this maybe the most dangerous group of goal scorers you've played with?
For sure. We're super talented up top, and I think the most important and coolest part is that nobody cares who really scores, and it's at the end of the game, like, as long as we win, that's all that matters with this group. And I've never experienced such camaraderie and care for each other, and I think it shows on the field.
Oh, it absolutely does. Tyler Perbenda, on the field, he's a pest. He's annoying. He's one of those players, though, you want on your team, but you don't want to face him. He's like a Christian Leitner back in the day for Duke basketball. Is that kind of the vibe you have with him as a teammate?
Yeah, Tyler, he's so big for our team. He's not always on the stat sheet or getting these awards, but we all know without him, none of what we've accomplished this year and last year would have been possible. So, yeah, it's cool that he can get some praise. And yeah.
The first 10 minutes against Stetson, he was sassy. He was ripping the ball away from guys. He's so much fun to watch. I've really enjoyed Brian McManus Jr. I think both sides of the ball, he's been one of the better guys the last week or so. Have you guys noticed the same?
Yeah, Brian, like I said with Tyler, he's such a good glue guy, up and down the left side. Defensively, you saw in the Stetson game him make an unbelievable play to keep the game 1-0 us. And I'm just excited for the rest of the season for Brian. I know he scored a goal or two and is always getting in the box, so stay tuned for what he's got next.
Oh, I bet. Neatest moves, passing. Most exciting newcomer is Kais Mansouri.
Oh, for sure. He's so fun to play with, and when he gets the ball out wide, that's something special is going to happen. So just be ready.
How tough is that? Because I feel like once or twice a match, he's going back heel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you just trying to watch the ball? What do you do?
No, I have full trust in Kais, and I know the player he is. I get to experience and watch him every single day. So, like I said earlier with Mark, just get in the box and be ready for the tricks that this guy has to offer.
Well, it's same with Jalen Yearwood. Some of his crosses into the 6-yard box are just they're works of art.
Yeah, Jalen. I've been blessed and fortunate to see Jalen throughout the years, and I think this year he's really put it together with our team leading assists and just his quality on the ball. He's been unbelievable for us.
You're a fascinating case study because I remember you in 2023, but you only played 79 minutes. As a student athlete, how do you stay focused and say, my time is coming, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to make an impact?
Yeah, even the 2 years before I got here at my old school leading into the 2023 season, they were definitely difficult character building years, and it's been such a blessing for me to look back and be able to teach maybe some of the younger guys like, hey, like I've been through exactly what you're experiencing, and just be able to show them that there is greener pastures on the other side, and just keep working and keep your head down.
Number 19 for the Ospreys. He is Jaxon Reinhardt. Well, best of luck the rest of the season, and can't wait to see some more play on the field.
Thank you so much.
All right, there he is, Jaxon Reinhardt, joining us, redshirt senior forward, one of the best scorers in the Atlantic Sun. 6 goals this year for the Ospreys, but they'll keep ticking up and up as we'll bring in swimmer Kayla Daley, who will join us. 2 weeks ago was named ASUN Swimmer of the Week. A junior swimmer from Tampa, Florida, swimming very well recently here for the Osprey Beach Blast invite. Kayla, it's great to see you. Thank you for making some time for us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And kind of like Jaxon, I remember you in 2023 as a freshman. You immediately jumped on the scene in a swim meet back in October of 23. What do you remember about that first swim meet at UNF?
I just remember the excitement of college swimming, a new group of girls. I didn't really move around teams a lot when I was in high school and stuff, so just a new environment. It was so much fun being able to race, especially with my best friends. It's a great time.
That's really cool. Your quote about joining North Florida, you said, I think in order, I enjoyed the Zoom calls with my head coach, Ian Coffey, the pool. They had your major here at North Florida, of course, the weather and everything like that. I need to know more about these Zoom calls with Coach Coffey.
They were so quick, which I loved. We were busy in high school, and he was straight to the point. He knew what he had to say, and it was just great.
So it wasn't trivia? It wasn't Phillies baseball?
I mean, those got brought up. His dog, all his favorite things.
That's very cool. Was it maybe the easiest decision for you, choosing UNF?
Yeah, I had no other place I wanted to be. I'm glad I picked here.
You grew up in Tampa. What was your knowledge of the University of North Florida?
I honestly didn't know much. It wasn't that far from home. I was like, okay, I can do that. And I just love it.
Explain to me your major.
So I was in kinesiology when I wrote that, and I switched. Now I'm in marketing. I'm not sure what I want to do with that, but I'm just letting it go with the flow.
Marketing, a lot of great skills can be learned with that right there. Yeah, kinesiology, I'm like, I'm not sure what this is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I even pronounce it properly? I'm not sure.
Kinesiology.
Okay, there you go. I'll let you say it from now on. With swim, is the cupping, is that becoming more and more of a thing? I see that a lot now in the pool.
Yeah, I mean, with butterfly, the shoulder pain is real. So Sarah's great. She does what she needs to do. She gets us to the best shape before our meets.
But does that hurt?
I mean, kind of.
Okay. How was the trip to Vanderbilt?
I didn't go to Vanderbilt.
Okay. But I saw the team did really well. How about the beach blast this past weekend? You guys won.
Yeah, it was so much fun. The weather was not in our favor, but we did not let that stop us. We powered through, and we got a win.
You can check it out, UNFOspreys.com. They've got the video from this past weekend. Yeah, I was wondering, because I was over at soccer watching, and just kind of overcast and everything. Finally, Sunday, turned into a nice day. How was the crowd support over there?
It was so good. All the parents, the other athletes supporting. We had other athletes timing for us, behind the blocks cheering for us. It was just a great environment. I couldn't ask for better.
Well, I was wondering what that was because I saw a few people wearing leis. I'm going, who is that young man right there? I don't know if I've seen them. We see head coach Ian Coffey right there. That's pretty cool. Does that normally happen?
No, honestly. And it was just the best turnout. And even with the weather, it was raining and cold and windy, and that didn't stop anyone from coming out and supporting us.
Oh, that's really neat. You won 6 races as a freshman. You've set numerous records over the year. Won 4 events last weekend. Is there one race that you've really enjoyed that you feel like you're always going to remember?
The 100 butterfly. It's just a strategic plan I have every time I go into the race, and I always execute it perfectly.
But what is that? Are you talking to yourself, or are you just free of mind?
I kind of just let my mind go in the race, but a lot of underwaters, quick turns. My dive's not the best, according to Ian, but I don't let that stop me. If I know I can get my hand first on the wall, I'm going to.
Fascinating. Are you a swimmer that likes to see the countdown number go down or go up?
Go down. Less laps. That's better.
I like that. Relays is that the most enjoyable part of swimming?
Yeah, it's so much fun. Ian's been putting me in some freestyle relays, which I'm now okay with. Last year I was like, oh, are we sure? But it's so much fun.
Tell me what's to come. What's coming up for swim? What should we look out for?
So at midseason, I'm going to dabble in the 50 free. I've never done that here at UNF, so I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be so much fun. And then the Gamecock invite's always fun, so see what we're going to do there.
Awesome. Kayla, thank you so much for the time, and I can't wait to be out there. I'm going to try and see what I can say ESPN Plus a broadcast next year, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to all our guests today. Bobby Kennen of men's basketball, Erika Lambert with women's basketball, Jaxon Reinhardt men's soccer. They're on a tear right now. 9 straight wins. That's a program record. And junior Kayla Daley. Thank you. I'm Richard Miller. This has been episode number 3 of Talon Talk.
Hi, I'm Joel Donovan. My brother Kyle and I, we are co-owners and operators here at Donovan Heat and Air Electric, and my dad started the business in 1987 to provide the greater Jacksonville area with a great customer service experience. 3 decades later, we're still doing the same thing. I love the Jacksonville area, I love the community, I love raising my family here. That's my name on the side of the building, and it's really important for our family to run this company the way it should be ran and something to be proud of.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.